As homeowners across our area grapple with flooding from Hurricane Ian, some may be wondering if it's time to sell. On your side, Zach Wilcox checked in with a real estate expert today. And Zach, if you plan to sell your home, you do have a very important form you have to fill out.
Yeah, Heather, paperwork, it's never fun, but this form, a seller's disclosure form, it's just so important. 6 little pages full of check boxes. In Florida, homeowners are required to list anything that caused material damage to the house that isn't easily observable. That includes flooding. We've seen just how many homes across the state have been flooded. So that real estate broker I talked with has a few tips for anyone who unfortunately may be in that boat right now.
Unless you're a vampire bat and you're hanging out on the roof, you wouldn't know if you had hail damage. I had a house that I sold recently that had a small area of hail damage that was up on the peak of the roof.
Real estate broker associate Cindy Tomasetti has seen it all when it comes to buying and selling, and she knows firsthand how much sellers need to keep track of. She says if there is an obvious issue, sellers don't need to take note of it.
Walking up this driveway, this crack right here, readily observable. I don't need to disclose this. You know, if my front door was missing, readily observable.
But some damage isn't readily observable, like flood damage. That's where sellers need to be careful.
Did the seller know about it? Does it affect the value of the house? Did the seller try to conceal it?
Tomasetti says if the answer is yes to those questions, the seller could be liable for fraud, which could mean large fines or even legal action. For any new homeowners who weren't expecting flooding from Hurricane Ian, she says now could be a good time to check what they were told about when they signed.
If a situation's presented itself where they don't think that the seller was completely truthful, they should go back and look and see if there was a seller's disclosure.
And for any homeowners who may be ready to move after water made it over the front step, she says now is the time to keep track of what they're paying for.
Did they have to get somebody in to fix it? They need to disclose it. Did they file an insurance claim? They absolutely need to disclose it.
Tomasetti says if she could make one point stick, it's to get a qualified inspector in before you buy, even if it's a new development. That'll make the process and potential fallout less stressful for both sides. In the newsroom, Zach Wilcox, First Coast News, on your side.